Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Mysteries, where we try and uncover some of the most terrifying truths behind the mysteries of Minecraft. Today, we are talking about one of the most creepy and eerie things that you can possibly see when you re-exploring the world of Minecraft, which is country roads. Yes, country roads! You may be wondering why we re-talking about country roads, because you want to seem like anything too special. They're just these dirt paths that randomly generate throughout the world, but there's actually a lot more to them than meets the eye. In fact, they have a very dark and eerie secret, so make sure to stay tuned to find out exactly what this secret is, because it's quite scary. Now, before we get into everything, if you guys could just take a second to like this video, it would mean the world to me. The reason why is because it helps my channel grow, and I really want to grow so I can keep making videos for you guys. Besides that, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Okay, so first off, before we talk about the actual country road killer, we need to understand exactly what country roads are in the world of Minecraft. Country roads, unlike other types of roads such as village roads or end roads, they don't really lead anywhere. They do unconnect the villages together or connect the end portal room with the rest of the end dimension. No! Country roads just randomly generate all across the overworld, and they often lead you far away from civilization, deep into the wilderness. This means that when you're exploring your world and you come across a country road, it's probably not a good idea to follow it, and in many cases, people have learned this the hard way, usually by getting lost in the wilderness, or even worse, becoming the victim of the infamous country road killer. The country road killer is quite a mysterious phenomenon, and no one knows exactly what caused it or how to stop it from happening. What we do know, however, is what it does. When the country road killer strikes, it usually targets unsuspecting players who wander off the beaten path and down a country road. For whatever reason, the game seems to target these players and inflict upon them horrible things such as monsters, starvation, or even death itself. In many cases, it's said that once the country road killer starts targeting you, there is no escaping its grasp. Even if you sprint as fast as you can, build a shelter, or even log out of the game itself, the country road killer will always find a way to claim its victims. One of the most common ways that the country road killer claims its victims is through exposure. If you run out of food while the country road killer is after you, then it's game over. That's because hunger is one of the most dangerous things in and if you're already being chased through a country road by an unknown entity, well, it's pretty likely that you're gonna run out of food eventually, which means that you're basically doomed. And to make things even worse, when you run out of food, your vision starts to blur, making it extremely difficult to navigate your This means that if you're trying to escape the country road killer, it's going to be a lot harder to do so since you can barely see where you're going. Another way that the country road killer gets its victims is through exposing them to danger. As you walk down a country road, there's a chance that you might walk past a cave, tree, or any other structure that may hold a monster. Now, obviously, monsters aren't anything too scary in Minecraft. However, if you're already being targeted by the country road killer, then odds are that whatever monster spawns, it's going to be hostile towards you. This means that if you hear some creepers hissing near you, see an angry zombie, or even notice a skeleton aiming at you with a bow, then you're probably in trouble. After all, the country road killer won't hesitate to use every trick in the book to get its prey, and using monsters as a way to ambush players is definitely one of its tactics. And finally, sometimes the country road killer just gets its victims by pure coincidence.
It has been known to happen where a player is walking down a country road minding
their own business, and suddenly, something goes wrong. Their screen starts to flash, the game starts to lag, and they become extremely disoriented. This disorientation causes them to fall off a cliff, drown in water, or even get hit by lightning. While all of these things aren't necessarily fatal, they can cause you to lose a good chunk of your health and possibly even all of your items. This means that you reset back quite a bit and you will have to struggle to survive until you can regain your strength. And that's exactly what the country road killer wants. It wants to weaken you, so it can strike at you when you're at your most vulnerable. So now that we understand exactly how the country road killer works, the question is, how do we stop it from happening? Unfortunately, there isn't really a surefire way to prevent the country road killer from coming after you. However, there are a few tips that you can follow to minimize your chances of being killed. First off, If you ever find yourself wandering down a country road, try to bring as much food and supplies as possible. That way, if you do end up running low, you can quickly replenish your hunger bar or craft new tools. Secondly, you should always be on the lookout for danger. Don't get distracted by your surroundings or become cocky and think that you're safe. Instead, always be prepared for anything. Finally, if things start to go south, don't panic. Staying calm and collected is key to surviving the country road killer. Try to think clearly and make smart decisions. Don't let fear cloud your judgment, or you'll be doomed. Unfortunately, there are still quite a few people who fall victim to the country road killer every year. In fact, there was even a famous streamer who got killed by the country road killer. Back in 2014, he was streaming to his channel and playing on a popular Minecraft server when he decided to go on a little stroll through the countryside. But unfortunately, he didn't realize that he was being stalked by the country road killer, and soon enough, he became the victim of the infamous bug. He tried to outrun the killer, but it was no use, and in the end, he had to watch helplessly as his character died right in front of him. It was a devastating moment and it shocked the Minecraft community, but it also served as a warning to everyone who plays the game. Overall, the country road killer is a truly terrifying phenomenon in Minecraft. It's a mystery that has plagued the game since it was first released, and it continues to scare players to this day. But hopefully, now that you know exactly what the country road killer is and how to avoid it, you can feel a lot safer whenever you're exploring your world. Just remember to always be on the lookout and never let your guard down, because you never know when the country road killer might strike. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike. Check out my social media in the description below, and subscribe if you haven't already.